flag.
Oh, well, yeah, you shouldn't be flying this shit here, man.
That's my personal property.
This is not a place for a public statement.
This is public area.
Criminals like
This is a public area. This is my personal property. Don't touch it again. Don't touch my stuff again.
Why are you flying that flag?
Because I'm a Trump supporter, and I'm allowed to be.
Why would you support that?
Why wouldn't I support that?
No, I mean, you're the one that said you support it.
I do. Why wouldn't I support it?
What do you think is a valid reason?
I love the way the country was when Trump was president.
Like what aspects of it?
I miss the border wall. I miss decreased border crossings.
There never was a border.
He did it. He did about 300-400 miles of border wall. He didn't finish it though, but he got a lot done.
And so, in terms of the issues facing the world and the nation,
there'd be no war if Trump was president between Ukraine and Russia right now.
You're insane.
There wasn't a war at all with Trump. He was the first president in decades to start no new wars. Putin, what did he do before Trump? Crimea. What did he do after Trump? Ukraine. Trump was the only thing where there was no war happening in the world.
So you're a peace lover?
Yeah, I'm anti-war. Yeah, because I'm anti-death penalty. I'm pro-life. Absolutely. Anything that's anti-war and saves lives, I'm for. And if Trump could stop the war within one day like he says he will, that alone has my vote. That alone has my vote.
That's not his interest. Why do you think he would even care about that? He's not fighting in a war. And
because he's for peace and he's for life. He's a peaceful president. That's why.
Peaceful? Have you ever read anything the man has written?
We've never been closer. Yeah, it's called rhetoric. Walk with the big stick, and you don't need to use it. That's what he's doing. Let me tell you this: we've never been closer to World War III than Joe Biden right now, under Joe Biden and the Democrats, under these globalists. We've been no closer. We've been no closer than this. So, Trump, they were so worried for years he's going to start World War III. No, he brought peace. He befriended Putin. He befriended North Korea.
What about let's rule out any international considerations. What about
international considerations? That's a huge thing.
What about domestically?
Domestically, the fact that Trump was pro-wall, pro-police, pro-military, I absolutely love all those things. He was pro-gas.
After seeing things like the Charlotte, North Carolina incident and his pandering to
when he called Nazis very fine people.
And you had some very bad people in that group, but you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me, I saw the same pictures as you did. You had people in that group that were there to protest the taking down of, to them, a very, very important statue and the renaming of a park from Robert E. Lee to another name. And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay?
How do you
is that what you're talking about?
Square that with any notion
I'll tell you how I could square that. Because right after he said, there's very fine people on both sides, he said,
why are you holding your camera?
Because I'm filming you, in case you get violent, since you already touched my property illegally. So now
I didn't know it was your property, and
I'm standing here in a Trump hat.
This is a public place, and I don't think it's appropriate to display that.
Say that word. What place is it?
This is a public
There
place.
You go. That's the key word. It's a public place, and I have my First Amendment rights to be here.
Okay.
Waving a Trump flag. I've done this for years here.
I don't understand people like you, and this when you say bullshit like that, but he's a peace-loving man.
Yes.
You're just spouting bullshit and hoping that I buy it. I'm not going to buy it.
I'm not spouting bullshit.
You think anybody buys it at this
I'm not
point?
I'm not spouting bullshit.
The history. You've looked at all the indictments, the history, the criminal convictions, the fraud.
You know what? You know what's crazy?
Attempt to steal an election.
So due to TikTok's censorship here, I had to remove this part of the conversation where we spoke about the 2020 election and claims of voter fraud. So if you want to watch the full uncensored video, you can watch it on Twitter at @AdamFrancisco_, or you could watch it on Rumble. So check it out on those three platforms if you want to see the full video uncensored. So his own people, by the way, are institutionalized politicians that have been there for a very long time. All of them. They're all globalists. He didn't know any better his first time. He didn't know better the first time. He got played by a lot of people.
Let's look at other
He got played by a lot of people the first time.
Let's look at other things. He supported several Supreme Court justices and a whole number of district
Thank God he
judges.
did, because he saved a lot of babies' lives. Thank God.
The babies hadn't been born yet.
You were a fetus at one point in your life too. You were a fetus at one point in your life too.
Are you some sort of fundamentalist religious person?
I'm not religious at all, actually, but I think that baby lives matter.
If he grabbed your girl by the...
He never did. He said that's rhetorically that groupies let him do that.
Just like he said rhetorically that you poured bleach down the stomach to cure...
He never said that. He said, can we...
He was very... Come on, man. We're watching the same thing.
No, we're not.
Well,
he was talking about disinfecting technology used inside the body.
Pouring bleach down your stomach?
He never said the word bleach.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. And I think you said that has him in check, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number in the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
Watch the clip again. He never said the word bleach. That's what the news said. He said he never said that.
Just
He said, "Can we use disinfectant somehow internally, like lights?" That's what he said.
No, he
didn't say bleach.
He said disinfectant. You
Exactly.
tell me any disinfectant.
He never said bleach.
Any disinfectant you probably
Oh,
you can do that. Tell me any disinfectant.
Chloroquinone and
Once again, due to community guidelines, I had to remove this part of the conversation because these gentlemen brought up drugs such as hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin, and we're not allowed to talk about those drugs on YouTube or TikTok. So to watch the full uncensored video, go to Twitter or Rumble.
bullshit, dude.
No, it's not.
This man is not mentally
Brainwashed,
well.
man.
There's no point.
Everything I'm saying is backed by data, so I don't really care what you guys
Okay,
think.
so backed by data, right? Backed by data. Hold that thought. It's backed by data. The election wasn't stolen.
Once again, due to TikTok censorship, I'm not allowed to provide any counterpoints here due to election misinformation guidelines. So again, go to Twitter or Rumble to watch the full conversation.
You guys are brainwashed.
Do you know what a bellwether state is? A bellwether state? Do you know what that is? Do you know what a bellwether state is?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so there's 19 states in America, 19 counties, okay? They're 95% in determining the election. So the way that those counties vote is how the presidential always turns out, okay? Obama won 18 of 19 bellwether states, both times. Trump won 18 of 19 bellwether states. Joe Biden lost 18 of 19. For that to happen, the odds are 1 in a billion.
This is what I'm saying.
That's 1 in a billion mathematical
You
uncertainty.
use the phrase backed by data.
That's,
Your own phrase.
that's data right there. I just gave you a data point. But let me just say this. I used to be on your side. I used to be against Trump. And my eyes woke up and I realized the media was lying about him. A lot of your talking points and a lot of his talking points are based on what the media's told you. And it's not...
A lot of them I heard him say, too.
Well, the things that he said, a lot of it's taken out of context or spun. You know, he doesn't talk like a politician. But I'm a New Yorker, too. And
No,
I love,
he doesn't. He
right,
doesn't.
and I love that about him.
I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
I love that about him.
agree with that.
I like knowing what's really going on in this country. And I'm telling you this, Joe Biden, whatever Trump's done, he's way more corrupt. So I'd rather have the lesser of two evils. You know, that's my opinion. And I'm going to stand by till Election Day. And if we lose, we'll have to study the data again and see what happens.
Think he'll make it to the election, you think? With all these
Absolutely.
indictments and stuff?
He could still run from prison. Every time he gets indicted, his polling goes up.
Because people galvanize around him.
Because people are realizing that this is political persecution. They need to let this man just run and lose or win. But by going after him, they're helping him out big time. They're making Trump be with the people more and more and more every time they arrest him. And even the black community is waking up. 20% of black voters are now looking with Trump
I know we were sleeping.
for next election. Did you know that?
I know we were
Did you know that Trump doubled
black? Sleeping.
Trump doubled black support in 2020?
I didn't know we were sleeping.
And he's doubling again in 2024. So, what does that tell you? That
So-
tells you
My friend, but you're going by data, right?
that's why they censor all the proof. Because if they could censor the proof, normal people will say there is no proof. But the bottom line is we should both be allowed to be out here,
Exactly.
waving our flags,
Exactly.
and not going to jail for it.
Got no problem.
So I'm going to be out here with my Trump flag
Other conversation, my friend.
a couple times a week. And you know what? Guys like him that want to touch my stuff,
Did he?
he gives me good content.
Grab your stuff.
Yeah, he gives me good content. I'll put this down for a second.
Your stuff like that.
Right, but he did. He did. And another woman told me she's going to call the police on me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, let him. I don't care. It's my First Amendment right.
What you saying? Say what?
Exactly. I want to see what the police say to me.
This is what America's all about, man.
That's what I tell them.
Like you said, you got yours, I got mine.
Hell yeah,
Say, my
brother. God bless you, brother.
God bless you, man.